Good morning, children. Today we are going to do poem number 6, Animals, from our text First Flight, page number 83. This poem is composed by Walt Whitman. The poet has described his will to become an animal, children, because he thinks animals are far better than human beings. Human beings are greedy and full of jealousy against each other, but animals are calm and self contained. The animals are happy with what they have. They never complain about miseries and sorrow. On the other hand, human beings complain about their miseries. They give more importance to rich and strong people, stay restless because of their wrongdoings, and run behind the luxurious things. Walt Whitman is a major figure in early American poetry. He broke the tradition of rhymed and metrical poetry. He was famous for writing a revolutionary new kind of poetry which was in free verse. The poem Animals is from his work Song of Myself in Leaves of Grass. Now let's understand the poem, children. The poet tells us that he feels more at home with animals than humans, whom he finds complicated and false. I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self contained, and I stand and look at them long and long. In these lines, the poet says that he wants to live in the world of animals. Here we can say that the poet finds the world of animals better than that of human beings. He further says that he finds animals more peaceful than humans. He says so because animals are not running after worldly things like human beings. They are calm and have no greed. They are calm and have no greed for worldly things or any kind of achievements. They are self contained, means they are happy with life and never interfere in the lives of others. Humans have the habit of interfering in the lives of others. So the poet thinks that animals are better than humans for being calm and not interfering in the matters of others. The poet further says that these are the reasons why he stands still and looks at the animals for a very long time. In this stanza, children, literary device assonance is used where use of vowel sound I think, I live with animals, these are used. Then there is repetition or refrain when twice in the same sentence long and long is coming. Then I word is used at the start of the two consecutive lines. Therefore, the poetic device anaphora is there. Another poetic device is alliteration, where look, long, and long is coming, repetition of the same sound. Next, the poet says, they do not sweat and whine about their condition. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. Not one is dissatisfied, not one is demented with the mania of owning things. Sweat here, children, means complaint. Whine means to cry. Sins are the wrongdoings. So the poet says that unlike humans, animals don't complain of any misery. They never cry out loud like humans do to show what they have lost. They never stay awake in the night crying in repentance for their wrongdoings. This means that animals are different from human beings because they don't show anger or grief if something wrong happens with them. He further says that animals are very truthful because they never boast of their good deeds done in the name of God. He says so because most of the human beings do this. They try to show their good deeds and religiousness to others. They do so in order to gain popularity among their fellows. So the poet thinks that animals never irritate him by doing such things just to gain some praise from their fellow people. He feels that animals are not dissatisfied like humans. They stay happy with whatever they have. They never run behind worldly things. They never try to possess things of comfort or luxury. He says that none of them is mad behind owning the worldly things. Again, children, in these lines, where first, second, and third line of stanza begin with the same word they, anaphora is used. And metaphor is used in sweat and wine, which refers to cries and complaints of human beings. Next, the poet says, not one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. Not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth. So they show their relations to me, and I accept them. They bring me tokens of myself. They evince them plainly in their possessions. Kneels, children, means bow down. Evince means show, reveal. Possession means ownership of something, and tokens here means the qualities. Here the poet says that he has never seen any animal showing his devotion to anyone by bowing down in front of the person. They never do so even for their ancestors. They do not show devotion towards God like humans do. No one among them is more respectable or important as we have in human society. In human beings, children, rich people are generally given more importance and are treated with more respect as compared to the poor. But in the society of animals, they never do so. They never give more or less importance to any other animal. Everyone in animal world is happy and contented. They are not like human beings who find themselves the happiest or the saddest person on earth. Further, the poet says that animals are more honest in showing their relations with other animals. Here he wants to say that animals use other animals as their food and they never try to hide this, whereas the human beings show that they have nice and friendly relations with others, though the reality is opposite. So the poet says that he accepts the fact that animals are true towards showing their relations with other animals. Literary device metaphor is used for the inner qualities of humans. The inner qualities of humans are referred to as tokens. In the last part of the poem, the poet says, I wonder where they get those tokens. Did I pass that way huge times ago and negligently drop them? Negligently means carelessly. So at last the poet introspects himself and says that from where the animals got those good qualities. He further questions himself that where his own good qualities are gone. Did they left them or had carelessly lost them somewhere? The qualities that were found in human beings in the past, like innocence, kindness, truthfulness, honesty, are now seen in animals. So he wonders that humans gave up these qualities and they have been passed on to the animals.